Hey, butterfly family. Hello, hello. I know it's been a minute. Your sister took a little break, okay? Sometimes it's good to back off and to get a little aura, all right? But other than that, I am back. Um, this is for you, okay? I love giving back. And was led by the Spirit to do this little personal collective reading for my butterfly family. Those that have loved your sister and support my channel, I thank you so much. Now remember, this is a collective reading. I'm calling this Gain Insight for the month of April, okay, leading into May. Now, I have here four stones. This is going to be pile one, pile two, pile three, pile four. Do not go by your favorite stone. We all have the gift intuitively. Let me just say that. I always think about during those times when you should have went right, but you decide to go left. A lot of times we do a lot of procrastinating. So, family, use this time to stop, think, reflect, okay? Tapping into your, higher self to help you, okay? To pick the right stone. Set your attention before you pick the stone of your choice. I seek the divine stone that has an on time message for me that's for my highest good, okay? Then make your choice and stick with it. Whatever come out of these messages, it may not resonate with you right now, but please know in the coming days and weeks ahead, remember this reading. This is pile one, pile two, pile three, pile four. Pile one, this stone right here is this is a blue stone, okay? I look at this stone as a healing stone. I think about the voice chakra stone. Okay, it helps to open the voice, well, your throat chakra. Let me just say that. Okay, it's definitely used for healing when it comes to the throat chakra. But anyway, don't choose this for that reason. This is your blue stone. Okay, I've got the actual name, but this is your blue stone. Hold on, I'm forever dropping something. I pick it up. That was your blue stone. Number two, this is the crystal quartz. That's number two. Number three, this is the rose quartz, okay, crystal. That's number three. And lastly, number four pile, this is the black obsidian stone, okay? Okay, I wanted to pick that stone back up. So as I stated, this is pile one, the blue stone, pile two, the crystal quartz, pile three, the rose quartz, and lastly, pile four, the blue obsidian. Pause this video and make your decision. I'm also going to be using these one, two, three, four Oracle decks. That's going to be I'm going to be using as far as shuffling them for each pile. Okay, I'm going to be using the In the Shadow Oracle. I'm also going to be using the Psychic Oracle Tarot deck. I'm going to be using the Cosmic Oracle Tarot deck. And lastly, I'm going to be using the Angel Answer deck. So definitely set your attentions when it comes to answers that you're seeking, especially if many of you are at a crossroad in your life. Okay? Uh, keep all of that in mind when it comes to you seeking the right stone and make that decision and stick with it. All right? Let's get started. Go ahead and make your decision. Pile one, pile two, pile three, or pile four. And I will have the timestamps um, in the video down there in the comment section. All right, family? Let's get started. And if you like this kind of reading, I will do them quite often. This is my way of giving back. So give yourselves a good old thumbs up. I appreciate it. Sharing is caring. And let's get started with pile number one, the blue stone. Okay. Let's get started with this one. right, at timestamp 510. Hello, group number one. This is your divine message, okay, for the month of, well, shall I say, the remaining of the month of April leading on to May, okay? May you receive this message with love. And if you really enjoy this type of, collective reading, give sister a good old thumbs up, especially if you resonate with it, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Blue stone, and this is your message. Okay. I'm going to set these pretty much over and I will get to them. Hmm. All righty, let me see here. I'm just looking at them, trying to make room here. Okay, we make room. Group number one. Okay. All righty. Let me look it over. I feel like many of you are in relationships, currently in relationships, whether you're married or you may have a lover, um, definitely someone in your life. Let me just say that, okay? But there look like some trouble in paradise for many of you, not all of you, but for many of you. Okay, it has here. None of this is in divine order. Take that which resonate. It has here communicate. So many of you are going to be doing a lot of communicating, okay? Whether it be positive communication or, you know, not so positive. But it has here, for many of you, like you're going to get some kind of conflict with your significant other, whoever this individual is, and for you to continue to see each other, I'm sorry, for you to work things out. Let me just say that it's going to take forgiveness, okay? It's definitely going to take some forgiveness. I don't know. We're looking at betrayal here. Um, Maybe either you or your significant other, due to harsh words, back and forth, negative words exchanged towards each other. But anyway, it has here compromise, forgive, and work it out. Okay, this is what it's going to take for many of you to work things out. You're going to need to compromise, forgive, and work it out. Okay, if that's what you choose to do. Now, for many of you, like I said, there are couples. It has here honeymoon. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. That can be the case. This speaks about travel. So many of you may be planning on, making plans to travel, okay? During the springtime, or it might be, for the summer with your boo, okay, or your spouse, or whoever your significant other. But many of you are definitely planning a trip, and maybe, um, this is something that has already happened, or this could be a future event in the coming days and weeks ahead. It can be something as simple as, just going away for the weekend, okay? Just getting missing for a while, going to the lake, going to a cabin. It just depends on what this means to you, okay? So anyway, and also when I think about the honeymoon phase, for many of you, you and your significant other are in a good place, and y'all think about, getting together and going on a trip together, okay? At least that's the plan. Next, I have here air signs. So many of you are air signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. If this is not any of you, it could be your significant other, okay? Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or it can be this air sign that could be on many of your minds. It could be an X. I'm not sure yet. It has here commitment for many of you. This is on your mind, okay? You This is something that many of you probably is expecting or you want in this relationship. I don't know how long many of you been in your relationship. Maybe you're like, okay, we've been together for a while now. I want this commitment. I want to take things. I want our relationship to go to the next level. It has here things are getting serious. Okay, so for many of you, things are getting serious, and for many of you, ah, some of you, your relationships are in stagnation, and you knows whose you are. Okay, but many of you, things are getting serious. Many of you are moving to the next level in your relationships, but for many of you, your relationships are in stagnation. Okay, it has here spy. Someone got their eye on you. You are doing your research. Now, for me to get this right here, I think about someone which can be you family. You have your eye on your significant other as far as watching what they're doing, checking their phone, their social media, inbox, or it can be your significant other doing this to you. But if it's not you, it can be your significant other. Somebody doesn't trust the other. Let me just say that. Somebody is doing their research when it comes to the other because they're feeling like something is up. Okay, something is up. And this could be many of you, but if it's not, it could be your significant other that's doing their research behind the scenes, trying to see what you're up to. Okay. It has here caution. Find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Like I said, many of you are picking up a possibility that your significant other could be cheating, or could be seeing somebody else. Okay. They may not have actually committed the act, but they could be talking to somebody behind the scenes. For many of you, it has here caution. And it's pretty much stop, think, and reflect. Get more information first before you overreact and things get out of hand. Okay, because it might not be what you think it is. Okay, there's always more to the story, but it has your caution. Some people when they hear things, they react to that which they have heard, which is pretty much gossip and rumors. It has here find out more information. Don't overwork yourself. Okay. It has here let go, make room for the new beginnings on its way to you now. Many of you, if you have been holding on to people or things that no longer serve you, many of you are letting go. Okay, you're getting to that place of letting it or them go, and you're making room for the new. And maybe you're doing a lot of spring cleaning. Okay, when it comes to your room, holding on all those old memories. Maybe many of you are getting rid of them. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. And if many of you are expecting, you're believing to meet somebody new, well, remember, it has here, new beginnings are on its way to you now. But be patient, okay? It always happens when you least expect it. It has here move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time. So for many of you, when it comes to the so-called relationship that you're in, okay, um, according to the spirit, it's a waste of time. Many of you are going in circles. You were just individual for whatever reason. A lot of times people just don't want to be alone, so they just stay with a person for whatever reason. A lot of times, people stay with people for financial reasons. But anyway, many of you are going to move on. Okay, you're ready to get to that place of moving on. Okay. Um, Also, spirit letting many of you know that it's a waste of time as far as the current situation that you're in. Okay, it's a waste of time. So, need to trying to salvage it, trying to make things work. It's time to what? Move on. This is not for all of you. You know your current situation now, but for many of you, you know what's going on in your personal life. Okay. I mean, who knows? It may be a waste of time when it comes to that career that you're in, that dead end job. Okay, maybe it could be pertaining to a job, but if not, it's definitely pertaining to a situation or relationship. That's interesting. Someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. So maybe many of you made your mind up. You know what? This individual is a waste of time. They're not giving me any time at all. They're doing all this talking, but their actions are not lining up. Okay, that's the first pile. Let's continue. I'm using the angel message. None of this is in divine order. Have ears to hear. Wow, I got two no's. So if many of you been asking a question, it probably is, oh, should I stay in this relationship? It just depends on the question that you want to answer. Your answer is no, no, and hell no. Okay? No to your answer. It has here communicate clearly. Many of you are not doing this in your relationship. Okay? Speak from the heart and communicate clearly because a person cannot read your mind. All right? It's something that many of you want according to the spirit if you believe. And you definitely have to have faith. It's something that many of you really, really want to do, okay? Whatever that means to you. According to the spirit, wait. Wait. Maybe many of you are rushed and you're feeling very impatient. The spirit is saying wait. And I mean by the spirit, I mean your guides, your angels, okay? Those benevolent beings that are assigned to you, they're saying wait. If many of you being worrying, your answer is no need to worry. And I'm going to add to that, all things work together for your highest good. So no need to worry, okay? Everything's going to work itself out. For many of you, this is confirmation. Forgiveness is needed, okay? So many of you, I'm sure, this pertaining to some kind of relationship. I mean, many of you probably dealing with betrayal, okay? Unbeknownst to many of you, okay? Maybe you don't know, maybe this hasn't happened yet, but maybe many of you have been in some kind of spat or argument, a conflict with your significant other, um, whomever this individual is, okay? Forgiveness is needed for you to continue this so-called relationship, okay? To get back on track. Forgiveness is needed, but it's a matter of choice. And it may be forgiveness is needed towards, on your hand, I mean on your end as far as forgiving this person, or it can be something that you have done and forgiveness is needed when it comes to, you know, them forgiving you. Okay, it's either one or the other. Next, abundance. Abundance means many, many things to many people, but according to the spirit, many of you operate in abundance, okay? You're pretty much in a good place financially. And if you're not, think abundance, okay? It will carry you far. Say, I am abundance. Abundance is within, okay? God is within me. I am abundance. It's pretty much, it's like a mindset. You have to renew your mind and think positive. But anyway, many of you have abundance. And for many of you, if it feels like the rug being snatched from up under your feet, whether it be in your personal life, on a job or relationships, it has here the situation will improve. And it could be pertaining to your health, okay? But for many of you, the situation will improve, okay? So stop worrying. Next. Just give me a minute. 'Cause I do read cards upside down. This is a collective reading. You know what? This is a collective reading, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to read them upward. But many of you know your current situation. For many of you, you know your current situation may be as far as these cards speaking the opposite of what they're saying. Okay, it has right here rejoice and celebration. So many of you are presently, in a celebrating mood, which lets me know you're in a good mood. Okay, um, you're expecting good things to come your way. So many of you are experiencing celebration. Okay, you're definitely in a celebrating mood. And I'm sure there's a small few of you that's not in a celebrating mood. Let me just say that, okay? But many of you are in a celebrating mood. And it can be due to your children, getting ready to graduate, going to college, getting ready to graduate high school, junior high, okay, elementary. Anyway, next we have triumphs and success. This is a collective read. This is why I'm reading them upward, okay? But many of you know, many of you, your messages are upside down. When it comes to this speaks about mental. This is pretty much, when it's upward, it speaks about many of you are receiving clarity. Many of you are moving mentally, you're thinking from a place of new beginnings, okay? You're pretty much putting those things behind you. You're moving forward. You're no longer in stagnation, okay? You're putting those things behind you and you are moving forward. Many of you are still in stagnation. You have a mental conflict, okay? Something is constantly bothering you and it's hard for you to shake it off. And if many of you, you know, um, are like this, okay? The way I see it, many of you will eventually get to that place of releasing and letting it go. You get to that place of moving forward, okay, successfully, and putting those things behind you that no longer serve you. All right. It has here prosperity begin. We just saw the abundance card. So for many of you, you're gonna be coming to some money, honey. Okay, you're gonna be coming to some money. Now this seed means many things to many people. It can be many of you might be expecting a baby. Somebody else, and just say that. Now, this seed can also be a project. Many people working on a project and you're waiting for it to grow, okay? And it is growing. Be patient. This says prosperity begins. So it's not speaking about, a baby, a bun in the oven, whether it be you or somebody that you know that's close to you in your inner circle. If it's not speaking about a baby, it's just gonna be about a project or, all the hard work that you have been, you know, um, let me just say all the hard work that you've been putting in, you getting ready to reap, okay? So anyway, prosperity begins. But like I said, it depends on what this seed means to you. It could be a relationship. Maybe the relationship is starting to grow, okay? Or your money is starting to grow. Now, this is many of you and it's upside down. Many of you are waiting on for something to grow, but it's slow. It's slow and growing. Okay, it's slow and growing. And also, I think about when this card is upside down. I think about abort of a seed, meaning something that's not growing. Okay, it just depends on what this means to me. If you, it could be a relationship or a project that's going nowhere. Next, we have discontent and boredom. Many of you are feeling very, discontent. You're feeling quite restless. Okay, for whatever reason, you're just feeling very bored. And it's a small few of you are feeling content in your life, okay? You're feeling very content in your life. Next, this is the heart chakra. Many of you are saying I love. It just depends on what this means to you. It can be, you think about your significant other, you're saying I love, or you love this feeling, that that you're having about a situation or about something. It can be I love, life, you're having this love for life, you're feeling, inspired. It just depends what this means to you, okay, family? But you're saying I love something, okay? And for many of you, you're saying I don't love, okay? Maybe I don't love how this person's treating me. I don't love how I'm feeling right now. It just depends on what this means to many of you. And many of you, your heart chakra is very closed, and that's due to being hurt, due to betrayal, okay? But many of you will get back to this place again once you heal and release and forgive. You open that heart back up, you will get back to this again, okay? This is a sacral chakra card. It represents I want. This is what many of you are saying. It's something that you really, really want, okay? Something that you really, really want. And please know your angels are acknowledging this, okay? And some of you are saying, I don't want, okay? It can be potential relationship. I don't want this anymore, or this job. Many of you are saying, I don't want. Next, we have the mental conflict. This is the one who is in mental stagnation. It's hard for them to get over something or someone. Something's constantly plaguing in your head. It's hard for you to let it go. Many of you are experiencing this mental stagnation. But please know this too shall pass. Maybe you're going to have to do some healing and releasing and letting it go. Realizing it's not serving you whatsoever, but constantly giving you mental anguish. But anyway, once you learn to release it, this would be many of you finally releasing the mental anguish, okay, and letting it or them go. And lastly, the In the Shadow deck. Let me just see here. They're just random messages, okay? I can still see you standing there. I think about somebody that's walking away from someone, but they're looking back. I can still see you standing there. Or you could be reflecting on the ex, whatever the case may be. I know I made a mistake. This could be many of you due to betrayal. You could have betrayed your significant other, or your significant other could have betrayed you. Okay, this could be many of you saying, "I know I made a mistake," or your significant other, okay, is saying, "I made a mistake. I know I made a mistake. I don't know what to say." Remember the communication card? It's time for many of you to start speaking up. I don't know what to say. Remember, communicate clearly. I don't really know you. This is how many of you feel. Someone has you feeling like this. I don't really know you. Or maybe they're saying this about you. Next, I'm sorry. Many of you feel are going to be feeling like this, and maybe you feel like this now. I'm sorry. Okay? And keep this in mind, family. And maybe if you're not resonating with this, you will be in the coming days and weeks ahead. Please know that. This is not many of you, giving out, I mean, not giving out, but saying I'm sorry about, saying I'm sorry to someone. Someone could be saying this to you. Or maybe they're keeping it to themselves and they're not saying it, but they should. Remember, communicate clearly. I do wish you well. Remember, we saw the moving on card and to let go. This is how somebody is feeling. Okay, it could be many of you. I do wish you well, but you're going to keep it moving regardless. And lastly, I pretend you don't mean that much. So many of you know your current situation, family. Take that which resonate, and remember, this was a collective reading. So it's going to mean many, many things to many of you. But at the end of the day, take that which resonate and know this is what these are divine messages, and they don't just come out for the hell of it. There's something to it. And you can watch this video as much as you like, as far as coming back to them, reflecting on them. 'Cause a lot of times you hear things one time and you miss out because you go back and you be like, you know what, I don't remember hearing that message. It happens. A lot of times we just hear what we want to hear. But I wish you all the best, family. Okay, and I thank you for your love supporting my channel. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, especially if you resonated with it. Okay, so I love you guys. Bye for now, pal number one. Peace and love to you all. And I wish you all the best. Alrighty, pal number two. Hello, hello. We're starting at 2825. So I can't remember if it was the crystal cord that was pile number two or the rose cord. If I'm wrong, I apologize, okay? But still follow the crystal that you have chosen, okay? No matter what, even if I'm wrong as far as the crystal being pound number two, when it's really the rose that was pound number two. But just go back and make sure I'm correct, okay? But like I said, if I'm wrong when it comes to switching these up, I apologize. But there are no coincidence. So anyway, the crystal cord pound number two. Okay, let me let's get with it. I'm going to push these back and I get to each one. I want to thank you all for your love, supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Just know that none of this is in my opinion, okay? I'm just a messenger. Your sister, just a messenger, okay? Take that which resonate. Many of you should be resonating with it now or not within the coming days and weeks, okay? Things have to play out. That's what I always say. The first card is letting go. Make room for the new beginnings on its way to you now. So this lets me know for many of you, you get to that place of moving forward, okay? You're letting those things or people go that no longer serve you, and you're making room for the new. So many of you are in a place right now to where you're letting go. You're letting it go or them go, and you're making room for the new. Okay. Next, we have liar. Be careful of someone sneaky. So many of you have somebody that's in your inner circle, okay? Whether it be a friend, a lover, or it could be a spouse also now. But whoever this individual is, and it could be someone like this, unbeknownst to many of you, but someone very sneaky that's around many of you, okay? They've been lying, okay? They got the big old Pinocchio nose. Now, let me say this. If this is not someone that many of you know, it could be many of you that could have been doing some lying, okay? Holding back, being quite deceitful. But if this is not many of you, it's someone that you know that you're allowed to get close to you and they are lying behind your back. They're pretty much telling you what they want you to know. Let me just say that, okay? Next, give it time. Everything in divine timing, let things flow. So many of you have been feeling quite impatient. According to the spirit, give it time, whether it's a relationship or maybe you start this new job and you feel some type of way, okay? Give it time. If it's a relationship, definitely give it time, okay? Be patient. It just depends on what this means to you, okay? It has here, give it time, everything in divine timing. At the head, I got the distance card. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. So many of you are in relationships, and it looks like there's some trouble in paradise, okay? Lack of communication. Many of you may not be communicating effectively in your so called relationships. And also, it looks like it could be some issues when it comes to distance. Maybe many of you are in long, what do you call it, long distance relationships. But anyway, and maybe many of you live with your significant other, but you're thinking about, you know, moving out. All I know is, many of you and your partner are feeling quite distant. It's like the connection is not as strong as it once was, okay? Many of you are feeling a lot of disconnection. Next, gold digger. They want your money being used. Maybe this is how many of you feel like you're being used in this car relationship. People are with you for all the wrong reasons, okay? Remember, this is a collective reading. Um, I'm not gonna say many of you are using anybody. You knows who you are. If you all about that, and there's nothing wrong with it's nothing wrong with getting with someone because you want security. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times people get with people for all the wrong reasons. But anyway, it has here gold digger. So somebody sees someone as a gold digger. Okay, they feel like, oh, you're with me for all the wrong reasons, just for money and benefits. And maybe this could be many of you. This is how you're feeling about your significant other or whoever is trying to enter your circle. Next, I have your circle. Okay, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. So many of you are starting a new cycle in your life. Okay, pretty much out with the old and starting something new. Okay, um, many of you are operating in growth as well. Okay, you're moving to a new cycle in your life. So that being said, it has here endings as well. So many of you are in a cycle of endings also. So and it can be a relationship, okay? Just depending on what this means to you. Either you're starting a new relationship, a new business, a new, job, whatever the case may be, relationship, or this maybe you're feeling burnt out on that job. Maybe you're feeling like, okay, I'm ready to, you know, see what else is out there for me because I'm just not feeling passionate about what I'm doing anymore. That's only if it's pertaining to a job, okay, like your career. But for the most part, many of you are experiencing a breakup, okay. Your relationship is coming to an end for many of you, okay. And in the center, I have sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. So many of you might be bisexual, okay. You could be in denial. Or maybe your significant other is in denial. Okay, maybe many of you could be in the dark, allegedly. But anyway, if it's not pertaining to that, you're just letting me know that many of you, still trying to figure yourself out. Okay, you're still trying to figure things out. I think about somebody that's just having mixed feelings. You're not really sure what you want. Okay, it could be somebody else that's in the picture, and you're feeling, quite confused. Let me just say that. But anyway, sexuality. But definitely, many of you and your partner are quite distant, okay? And many of you are feeling like this. Let go. Okay, letting it go. Let's continue. Next, this is the angel messages. I have here within the next few months. It's depending on what this means to many of you. Something's going to jump off within the next few months. It can be a new job, or maybe within the next few months, this will be a good time if you're thinking about moving or looking for a new job. It just depends on what this means to many of you, or if you're expecting, to hear from somebody or to receive something, it could be within the next few months. Okay. It has here helpful people. So Spirit's letting me know that many of you, if you're going through something, you feel like you have no one to turn to. Many of you do. Okay. I feel like many of you are very private and you don't want to let people in, but many of you do have helpful people around. If you're feeling stuck and you're seeking clarity in your life, reach out, even to me. Reach out to somebody. But many of you have somebody around that you can call, okay? As far as having someone to talk to. Call that sister, call that brother, call that mother, call that friend, call somebody. If it's a job, and like a new job, for instance, and you're feeling stuck, um, put your pride to the side and ask for help, okay? There are plenty of helpful people on the job as well. You just have to ask, okay? There's nothing wrong with asking. It doesn't make you weak at all. Actually, make you strong. But anyway, helpful people. And also, when I look at this right here, I think about many of you um, are some helpful people as well. Okay, you're someone that a person can go to, and you will do whatever you can for them. Okay, you have a good heart, helpful people. Next, you're ready. If many of you think about taking a test, okay, go ahead and go forward. Take that test. If many of you think about going back to school, go back to school. Do it. Okay, whatever this means to you, it's saying you're ready. Okay, so this is many of you. You're saying you're ready. Okay, so do it. For many of you, the answer is yes. For many of you, if you've been experiencing like health related issues, many of you are going to start feeling a whole lot better. According to the spirit, recovery. Many of you are going to be recovering. Okay, it can be from an addiction. It can be from a heartbreak. Let me just say that, or just any kind of health related issues. According to the spirit, recovery. For many of you, you're getting the time a year from now. Maybe many of you are lonely and you would like to be in a relationship. You would like to meet somebody. According to the spirit, a year from now. Or many of you want to have a baby, and for whatever reason, it hasn't happened yet. It may happen a year from now. But something significant is going to happen a year from now. So remember that. It's what? April the 25th. So a year from now, something's going to jump off in many of you in your lives, okay? And it's going to really blow your mind. Remember, I said recovery. Look at this. Improving health. I'm sure many of you have been stressed the hell out, okay? And it can be due to, experiencing grief, due to, a loved one could have transitioned not too long ago. That can affect your health as well. It can make you depressed, anxious, um, high blood pressure, you name it, okay? But if that's not the case, many of you probably dealing with a heartbreak, okay? Just some kind of related health issues, period. High blood pressure, you name it. But according to the spirit, recovery for many of you, and also improving health. So claim it, and so shall it be unto you. Maybe many of you dealing with migraines. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, let's continue. None of this is in divine order. They're just random messages, okay? Right here, many of you, you're dealing with a mental conflict, and that's having the inability to get over something or someone. So it's hard for many of you to shake this individual off, or whatever it is. It's hard for many of you to shake it off. But a small few of you are at that place of releasing and letting it go, or letting them go. Okay, if it haven't happened now, it will. Many of you will be celebrating. This is a season of celebration. I think about graduation. Maybe somebody that many of you know, maybe getting married. Um, it just depends on what this means to many of you, okay? But it's a lot of celebrating going on. Like I say, a lot of children are getting ready to graduate, and they're going to college. So anyway, many of you are in a celebrating mood. So this lets me know many of you are definitely in a good mood in this particular timeline. Maybe you're feeling like this now, but if you're not, you will be. And many of you are not in a celebrating mood, okay? We all have those seasons in our lives where we're up and then we're down. Next, I have here movement, choices, and decision. This is many of you. You have a decision to make, and behind the scenes, you're making moves, okay? You're making a lot of moves behind the scenes. And the way I see it, many of you making a lot of silent moves. You're not really talking about it, you're just doing it. And you're looking at your options, okay? You're trying to figure out which door you want to go through. It may be a new door when it comes to career or a new relationship. Or if many of you are in a relationship, male or female, maybe many of you thinking about going to one of these doors, as far as moving to the next level in this current relationship, or, you know, freeing yourself and Xing out. It just depends. How you see the seed, that's many of you, trying to grow this relationship. You're planting seeds, okay? It's what this means to many of you. Many of you have a decision to make and you have not made it. You're procrastinating. You know you need to make the decision, but you haven't made it yet. Many of you are feeling like this. In this particular timeline, you're feeling really good from the inside out. You're feeling very passionate and full of ideas. Kudos for many of you. And only a small few of you are feeling like this. Okay? You're still in that little dark place. Many of you feeling like, you're in victim mode. Many of you feeling, you're not feeling inspired at all, no creative. Okay? But just know that this too shall pass. Many of you are seeking spiritual strength, which is a good thing. So you're not trying to handle the matter on your own. You're praying and you're meditating and you're calling on the higher powers to help you. So many of you are definitely dispatching those angels. Many of you are trying to handle the matter on your own. You're not praying at all. Okay? You're not praying at all. You're trying to handle the matter on your own. But many of you need to get to that place of doing this. Okay? Lighten the load. Let go and let God. Okay? I know it's not easy, but sometimes when we try to handle a matter on our own, we make the matters worse. Just saying. Next, we have the crown chakra card represents I know. Many of you are operating in awareness. You're saying I know. So you're fully aware of what's going on in your present situation, okay, in your life. Many of you are in the dark, okay? And I think about that liar card. Many of you are being lied to, okay? Somebody, whoever this individual is not coming forth being transparent, okay? So many of you are in the dark about someone or situation. Next, the wisdom card. Many of you are operating in wisdom when it comes to family. Many of you, this is what you are desiring. You want the full package. You want the home, you want the spouse, and you want the kids. Okay, this is somebody very wise, and they're looking back at family, and they are very inspired by what they see. This is many of you. Many of you, this is something that you don't have, but you would like. You would definitely love to have this, but you don't have it. And many of you are coming out as a fool because you're operating self sabotage and you are self sabotaging this right here. Okay, you may want it, but you're self sabotaging it due to your actions, or it can be somebody else that's in your life that could be self sabotaging this. This is something that many of you want, okay? Maybe many of you don't want this. It just depends on what this means to many of you, okay? But upside down represents the fool, and it's due to the fool actions, how they're moving out here. Next, I'm using the In the Shadow Oracle cards. Remember, none of these are in divine order. I'm just reading them as I see them. Just take that which resonate. I've been struggling. I'm sure many of you can relate to this. I've been struggling. I don't trust you. I'm sure many of you are feeling like this because we did see the liar card. You're saying I don't trust somebody. I don't trust you. Sometimes I hear your voice. Many of you are reflecting on someone that's on your mind. Sometimes I hear your voice. Leaving you hurts me too. Many of you are thinking about moving on and letting go of someone. I can still see you standing there. Many of you are reflecting on the last moments you saw this individual, okay? As far as looking back at them, whether you walked away from them or they walked away from you. You didn't imagine it. If this is not many of you, it can be something that many of you were doing, and your significant other could be questioning you. And you're saying, you know what, you didn't imagine it. You saw what you saw and you heard what you heard. Or this can be many of you saying this to your significant other. You know, you letting them know, you confronting them, letting them know what you saw, okay, in the text messages or in the inbox, whatever the case may be, or whatever you heard, and they're telling you, well, you didn't imagine it. And even if they don't say it, you know, they say even if they don't tell you, you know, as far as saying it to you when you didn't imagine it, they're saying it they're saying this in their head. You know, they're like, well, you didn't imagine it. You know, they're saying this to themselves. But anyway, you didn't imagine it. This is a one that's acknowledging to the other, yeah, you saw what you saw, you heard what you heard. And lastly, I pretend you didn't mean that much. So thank you, pal number two. If you enjoy this collective reading, and it was a collective reading, things have to play out, okay? Give us a thumbs up. I will be doing more of these for many of you. This is my way of giving back. And of course, if you like a private reading, are you seeking a specific divine message, for you, okay? You know what to reach me, okay? Just go to my About Me section, and you'll see all the readings that I offer and their prices, okay? But other than that, many of you are going to be doing just fine. A lot of this, many of you are resonating with. A lot of this kind of play out in the coming days and weeks. I want to leave this up. You can watch it anytime as much as you like. I love you, and bye for now. Hey, group three, let's get started, okay? So you chose the rose quartz. I was trying to remember earlier. I was telling group two, did I switch these stones up? And the crystal was group two or group three, or the rose could have been group two. If I did, I apologize. Okay. I truly believe the rose quartz was group three. Okay, but if I was wrong, whatever crystal that you did choose, okay, stone, find that stone and still watch that particular video, okay? But I think I still have it right. I don't think that I switched those two up. But anyway, this is the rose quartz, okay? This is group three. So let's get started, group three, okay? Let me go ahead and get these ready for you. I'm going to set these back here too. I'm going to start on this first. Now this is in divine order, okay? All right, group three. The first is air sign. This could be many of you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or this can be somebody that's on your mind. When I think about air, I think about communication, okay? So I have here air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This can be somebody that many of you know. It could be their air sign or your significant other. But anyway, these zodiac signs are very significant here. It has here patient. Just a few more months. Good things comes to those who wait. Many of you are feeling very impatient, okay? But something it's something that many of you really, really want. Okay, the spirit is saying be patient. Just a few more months, okay? Next, we have the fire sign, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This could be many of you. If not, it's somebody that you know that could be on your mind. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Also, when I see fire, I think about strong emotions, arguments, conflict. At the head, I have vacation. You will be traveling soon. So many of you, you know, probably going to be making plans to be traveling soon with someone, with your significant other, whether it's your spouse or your partner. Okay. But many of you are definitely thinking about traveling with someone. Please know that. Some kind of couple. Some kind of couple little traveling together. Next, we have guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. So for many of you, it's someone that have recently passed. Um, but whoever this individual is, okay, they are on many of you of your minds, okay. This lost loved one, but they are like angels. They are still with you and they're watching over you, okay. Over here in the secret place, I have gambling, problem with addictions or gamblings, bad finances. So this is in a secret place. So many of you definitely dealing with some addictions. Okay, it can be actually gambling. There are all kind of addictions, whether it's drugs or alcohol. Also, this speaks about bad finances. So I think about many of you. You have poor spending habits. You're doing more spending than you're doing saving. Um, It just depends on what this means to you, okay? So, and a lot of time I can get this to where it comes to relationships, due to self sabotage. I can get this also as far as making poor choices in your relationship. Gambling your relationship, self sabotaging it, okay? But anyway, this speaks about poor finances, and this is for many of you, okay? Not all of you, but for many of you. So watch your saving, watch your spending, if anything. Not saving, but your spending. And in the center, I have yes. Luck is on your side. For many of you, luck is on your side. So are you feeling lucky? If you've been in the down and out, like things have been going your way, please know things are getting ready to, you know, let's just say Lady Luck is getting ready to shift. And many of you is going to head your way. Let me just say that, okay? Lady Luck is getting ready to shift in many of your favor. So you feel like, um, doing something, you know, many of you are getting the answer yes. Okay, go for it. If there's a test you want to take, yeah, this is a good time to take that test. Lady Luck is definitely in your favor. Okay, let's continue. This is the angel messages. I have here abundance. Now remember, abundance means many, many things to many people. Many of you are feeling like this. So you're definitely in a good place financially. But like I said, it depends on what abundance means to you. Many of you may have a peace of mind. You know, your money can still be a little funny, but you still got a peace of mind. Okay, you may not be where you want to be, but you're not where you used to be. Okay, many of you have a peaceful family home life. And to you, that's abundance. Being surrounded by family and your loved ones. For many of you, that is abundance. So this is how many of you are feeling abundance. And if you're not feeling like this now, you will be in some form of fashion. Next, within the next few weeks. So for many of you, you're expected to hear from somebody. It can be within the next few weeks. Um, it's depending on what this means to many of you, okay? But something's going to jump out within the next few weeks. You might end up, hearing from somebody or receiving something in the mail. It just depends on what this means to you within the next few weeks. Or who knows, you might hear about a job, get a job offer. Something's going to jump out within the next few weeks. For many of you, your angels are saying get more information. I think about when people are doing a lot of gossiping, you're hearing, you know, um, a lot of information going from ear to ear instead of just overreacting and going by what you're hearing. Okay, your angels and your guides are saying get more information. Don't just assume anything. Okay, do your research, get more information. For many of you, the answer is yes. For many of you, expect big happy changes. And remember, we just saw that word abundance. Just depends on what it means to you. Expect big happy changes. For many of you, reconsider. Okay? Reconsider. Just depends on what this means to you. It can be about a relationship. If you're thinking about leaving an individual, if you're thinking about leaving a job because you felt not appreciated, not acknowledged, you know, um, whatever this means to many of you, okay? Remember, this is a collective reading, but somebody definitely resonate with this. Reconsider, okay? And definitely when it comes to running your feet to evil, please reconsider when it comes to that. Stop thinking, reflect first, okay, before you react. Reconsider. Because a lot of people like to get revenge on people. Reconsider, okay? And for many of you, you were ready. Okay, you're ready. I don't know if many of you think about taking a some kind of exams, a test, but whatever this means to many of you, according to spirit, you're ready. Okay, you have what it takes. You've been putting the work in. You've been studying. You're ready. Go for it. Okay, go for it. And it could be potential relationship. Maybe many of you are scared of commitment, but the spirit is saying you're ready now. Okay. Hmm. This is foundation and achievement. This is what many of you have, okay? And I think about abundance when I see this. This is someone that has a good foundation financially. You have the home, you have the family, that you always dreamed of. You have your kids, you have the spouse. Many of you have this, and many of you, are very inspired by this, and you're blessed. Okay, you definitely have. Um, many of you see this as a huge achievement in your life. Okay, you have established this right here. Now, many of you don't have this, but you want this. Okay, many of you want children, you don't have any children. Many of you don't have a spouse, but you want to be married. Okay, so many of you want this, but you don't have it. Just know, keep the faith. What's for you is for you. But many of you do have this. Okay, financial achievement. We have a disruption card. This lets me know many of you, due to your poor choices and negative thinking and your negative action, you are disturbing your peace of mind. You're shaking your foundation. It can also be to poor spending habits, you know, um, more spending and less savings, more spendings, and you're not, how you say it, many of you are not, prioritizing when it comes to paying your bills responsibly. Many of you are shaking your foundation, even in your home life, your family life. I can get that also for this to be upside down. If you have this, but due to your poor choices, how you're moving out here, many of you are shaking your foundation, okay? And it's the head. If this is not many of you, who you live with, who is the head? Is it your father? Is it your spouse? Excuse me, is it your spouse? And many of you are the head of your household. It can be you. It just depends on who this individual is. But whoever the head is in your life, or this can be many of you, you are shaking your foundation, okay? You are disturbing your peace due to your poor actions. Next, we have material harvest. Many of you have been putting the work in, and you are coming into some money, honey, okay? So rejoice and celebrate. Now, for many of you, your hands are still open, but you have not received that which you feel like you deserve. And I always think about that job, many people, will be working, and they don't feel acknowledged nor appreciated. This can be many of you too. You're expecting that raise, you haven't received that raise yet, nor that promotion. Many of you are feeling like this, okay? Not acknowledged and unappreciated. And also your hands are open because you're waiting on some money, but it hasn't came in yet. But many of you are coming to some money. Okay, you're definitely coming to some money. So many of you are going to be experiencing promotions and getting a raise in the coming days and weeks ahead. Okay, please know that. Definitely a promotion. Next, I have conflict and defeat. This lets me know that many of you are going to be experiencing some kind of conflict with somebody. If it's not physical, it can be verbal conflict. That just is bad because it's harsh, negative words exchanged from one to the other. But anyway, but many of you will not be defeated. Please know that you're going to stand your ground. You're not going to be defeated whatsoever. But many of you are going to feel defeated. Okay. It can be due to you and your significant other. It can be something that's going on the job. You might fall out with a friend. It just depends on who this individual is. Okay, it can be a parent or a sibling. But many of you are going to be experiencing in the coming days and week some kind of conflict with somebody. Okay, it can be something like road rage. But anyway, I don't wish this on nobody, but it happens to the best of us. Things happen. But it's what you do about it is going to determine everything. Okay. Next, I have authority. For many of you, you carry authority position. You might be a parent. For many of you, a parent could be on your mind. It could be a parent that could have transitioned that's on your mind. That father or that mother. But many of you carry an authority, trait. So for many of you, if you're not operating in a job to where you have authority background, many of you do have this type of characteristic. Many of you will do well in authority positions like management, supervisor. Okay, this is something to think about for many of you. Okay, especially if you think about career change. But how about you? 'Cause remember we saw that car. You're ready. How about many of you that's been on these jobs for quite some time? You've been putting the work in. You know your job. How about you move up? Okay, with the spirit, you're ready. How about you move up in management or supervisor? I mean, you definitely have what it takes. Cause I'm sure many of you are training other people anyway on your job. But anyway, if that's not the case, many of you have authority backgrounds um, when it comes to careers, or you could be a parent yourself, or a parent can be on your mind. Okay, I think about authority traits: someone that use strong logic, someone that has mental control. Okay, and leadership qualities, and someone who's very wise as well. Next, we have temptation. Many of you are going to be feeling tempted for whatever reason. Okay, it can be tempted. You want that chocolate bar that you don't need. Please know there's nothing wrong with it. I always say moderation. Okay, it may be tempted due to drinking. Many of you might have a sex addiction, to where it's hard for you to say no. Okay, you want what you want. But anyway, many of you are going to be experiencing temptation. Okay, in some form of fashion. It might be that fried chicken that you know you don't need, but you want it. But anyway, Many of you are going to be rejoicing. This is the season forward as far as there's a lot of, graduations going on. Um, so it could be pertaining to that, or maybe many of you might attend some kind of wedding. But anyway, many of you are going to be in a celebrating mood, and this is good because it lets me know you're in a good place, okay, to where you feel like celebrating. Many of you, for whatever reason, are not going to be feeling like that, okay, for whatever reason. It could be due to a breakup. You might hear some news that may have you feeling like this. You don't want to be bothered. You don't want to celebrate. But it's only going to be a small few of you that's going to feel like this. But for the most part, many of you are definitely in a celebrating mood. Okay, so hooray for you. Lastly, I'm using the In the Shadow Oracle cards. I don't know how to let you go. So if many of you are thinking about moving on from something, okay, or someone, you're having a hard time moving on, okay? It's saying, I don't know how to let you go. Or maybe your significant other is saying this about you. I took the easy way out. For many of you, you got ghosted, okay? You got ghosted. You left for whatever reason. Yeah, I mean, many of you probably felt abandoned also. It just depends on what this means to many of you, okay? As far as leaving a situation or leaving a relationship, I took the easy way out. It just depends on what this means to you. I pretend that I don't care. I know more than what you think. I think about somebody that thinks you're in the dark, but you're like, oh no, I know more than what you think. I'm just not saying anything, okay? So for many of you, this is how you're thinking, okay? I know more than what you think. I'm happy that it's over. So many of you are going to be feeling quite relief, okay, due to the fact of this so-called breakup. I focus on you instead of my pain. Many of you are avoiding your pain. Many of you need to do a lot of self-healing, okay? Um, I definitely would suggest mirror work is very therapeutic. Speaking life over yourself and saying I love myself and a host of other beautiful words that you need to be saying about yourself and put the work in, the shadow work to heal. Okay, a lot of times people get with people and they use them as a band-aid. You know what I mean? Distraction to where they're not focusing on themselves to heal, but this is many of you also, okay? And maybe many of you are in a relationship with somebody that needs to heal, but they're caught up in you and they're not putting the work in to heal. And that's why you're dealing with the bullshit with them, okay? Because they need to heal. I focus on you instead of my pain. So if this is not many of you feeling like this, it could be a significant other that's feeling like this. I hope you're happy for me. All right, pal number 3, butterfly family. Thank you for allowing me to do this reading for you. If you want a more in-depth reading, you know where to reach me. Check out my About Me section to see all the readings that I offer and their prices. Okay, I'm here for you. But other than that, a lot of this, many of you are resonating with in the now. And if not, within the coming days and weeks, a lot of this you will see, okay? And feel free to watch this as much as you like, okay? This is something that I will be doing quite often every now and then. This is my way of giving back. So I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this, give us a good old thumbs up and share it as well because you can help others. Maybe if you got Facebook and all of that, yeah, share it. Okay, I appreciate it. Sharing is caring. Thank you, pal number 3. I love you, and yeah, the best is yet to come for many of you. Peace. All right, pal number 4. Hello, hello. Starting at 1. Let me see, 1920 193. So hello, pal number 4. Let's get started. Here is the Black Obsidian. Let's see what your divine message is, okay, for the remaining of this month leading into next month of May. Remember, things have to play out, okay? None of this is my opinion. You chose this powerful reading. So let's see. Let me separate them. We'll get started. Push these over to the back. I feel like many of you have some very similar um, messages. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, first I have here let go. And please know, most of the pals received this message right here. Maybe I think maybe 3 out of 4. This is let go. So this is many of you letting go of things or people that no longer serve you. Okay. It has here make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. So many of you are at that place of moving forward and you letting go of it or them, whoever the case may be, they no longer serve you. Okay, you're looking forward to moving forward. You're looking forward to those things that are ahead of you. Okay, you're not looking back. So this is very wonderful to see. Many of you are letting go. Just depending on what this means to many of you. Okay, remember this is a collective reading. Make room for the new beginnings on its way to you now. So for many of you, new beginnings are on its way to you. Okay. But you definitely have to let go, okay? It's hard to receive anything new when you're still holding on to the baggage of yesterday. Many of you, luck is on your side. So I'm sure many of you are feeling very lucky. If you think about doing anything, this is a good time to do it, okay? Because luck is definitely on your side. Next, guardian. For many of you, it has here a lost loved one watches over you. So a lost loved one could be on many of your mind, especially if you have one that could have transitioned recently. They are with you, and this is a sign right here that they are with you. They're also watching over you. A lost loved one watches over you. It'll be that parent or that grandparent, you know, that sibling. Just depending on who this is, okay? For that child. At the head, I have vacation. It has here you will be traveling soon. At the end of the day, whether you're traveling single or with someone, this represents like vacation as far as traveling with someone. Okay, it can be a friend, it can be just regular platonic friendship, or it can be a lover or a spouse. But many of you are planning on doing some traveling. Okay, soon and very soon. Let me just say that. Maybe it's due to your spring vacation or just for the summer. But many of you are planning on getting away, doing some traveling, okay? It has here air sign, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. If this is not many of you, when it comes to your air sign, this can be someone that's significant that's on your mind that you know, okay? That friend or that spouse or significant other. When I think about air, I think about communication, okay? So many of you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this can be many of your signs or somebody that you know, and something about communication as well. Over here in the secret place, I have gambling. I think about poor spending habits, more spending, less savings. It has here problem with addictions or gambling's bad finances. So maybe you need to get a grip on your finances, okay? Watch your spending habits. Also, many of you like to gamble. Okay, it can be actually gambling, and nothing wrong with it as long as you do it in moderation. Okay, don't overdo it. Don't spend your bill money. Um, Many of you can have some other kind of addiction. I think about drugs and alcohol. Okay, or sex addictions. But anyway, many of you have some kind of gambling addiction. Period. In the center, it has here patience. Many of you are definitely feeling very impatient. Just a few more months, good things comes to those who wait. So be patient, family. What's for you is for you. And whatever this means to you, your angels, your guides are saying be patient. Good things come to those who wait. And some people go like from relationship to relationship. A lot of people don't want to be alone, but that's you get it in your own way. Let go and let God, family. The right person will come along, okay? It has here be patient. Get out of your own way. Be patient. Next, the angel messages. They're just random messages. Okay, take that what you resonate. But just know you can come back and watch this video as much as you like, okay? 'Cause a lot of time we hear certain things and we overlook those key messages. So we have to go back and watch them and you be like, oh, you know what? I don't even remember her saying that, okay? But yeah, watch this as much as you like so you can receive clarity. For many of you, the answer is yes. So you been like seeking a yes and a no answer, this is your answer. Yes. Whatever that means to you. For many of you, big happy changes are on the horizon, okay? If you're not experiencing this now, you will be. Big happy changes. Next, for many of you, reconsider. If you think about leaving that relationship, now do what's best for you now. It just depends on what this means to many of you. If you think about leaving that job that you wasn't feeling, appreciated, overlooked, Spirit saying reconsider. Remember, we got here big happy changes. You don't know what's for you around the corner. You might end up getting that raise or that promotion. But anyway, according to Spirit, reconsider. Okay? Maybe think about moving out. Reconsider. According to the Spirit, you're ready. Many of you been studying. Okay? Maybe think about taking that bar exam, that test. According to the Spirit, you're ready. For the most part, you have to believe in yourself. Okay? Many of you, you know, have a problem in that area, you lack confidence. According to the Spirit, you're ready. It may have you being worrying, okay? Whatever this means to you, it has here no need to worry. Stop worrying. We all do. But it's nothing like receiving a confirmation, okay, from Spirit. No need to worry. All is well, family. No need to worry. Everything's going to work itself out for your highest good, okay, in divine timing. Next, choose a new direction. I'm just gonna leave this up in the air, whatever this means to many of you. Okay, maybe many of you think about moving east when you should be moving north. Maybe many of you think about moving in a certain neighborhood, and remember we saw that reconsider. It has here choose a new direction. Maybe many of you think about um, starting something new when it comes to like a career. That you think, but maybe there's something that you might be interested in. According to the Spirit, choose a new direction. This came out for a reason, and it is for somebody, okay? It is for somebody. And you think about traveling, let me just say that, and you plan on going in a particular location, a specific direction, choose a new direction, okay? Just take heed. This is for somebody. Choose a new direction. And lastly, not the right time. This is for somebody also. Not the right time. Alrighty. I'm reading all these cards upward, but I will explain to you when you read them upside down, because for many of you, you're experiencing the opposite, okay? A small select few of you are experiencing these messages upside down. So that being said, the first one is intuition. Many of you are using your intuition when it comes to your decision making, which is a good thing. Um, you're being led by the Spirit. Let me just say that, okay? Many of you are not doing that. um, Many of you are just reacting. You're not stop thinking and reflecting at all. Many of you need to use your intuition because you're making poor choices out here, okay? And you know who you are. Next, we have financial and material changes. Many of you have been experiencing some challenges, but out of those challenges, you know, upward is gain. Many of you will be gaining, okay? Many of you will be gaining some form of fashion, whether it's financial gain or just material gain. But many of you be expecting to be gaining, okay, when it comes to these changes in your life. Many of you are going to be experiencing some losses. Okay, that loss can be a relationship that's coming to an end, or it can be your money that's funny. Okay. Next, we have sacrifice. Many of you are operating in self sacrifice. You give so much of yourself and you get so little in return, okay? But many of you don't think about it. You think about others, you put others before yourself. Um, Many of you need to many of you need to release and let go of those things or people that that's draining you, okay? Um, the fact that you're holding on to them, you're self-sacrificing yourself also. You're pretty much holding on to things or people that no longer serve you. And according to the spirit, you need to release and let go, okay? Because you are sabotaging yourself. Many of you will be experiencing heartache and some form of a loss. Okay, but for the most part, experiencing heartache and grief. It can be due to a breakup. Like I said, you're thinking about a loved one that could have transitioned. Um, a separation, some kind of loss. It just depends what this means to many of you, okay? But many of you, this is on your mind also, okay? Experiencing some kind of heartache. Many of you are experiencing grief right now. If not now, God forbid, many of you are going to be seeing this, okay? Or maybe you already experienced it. Next, we have the Destiny card. Many of you are feeling very lucky. You feel like things are going your way. You're expecting good things, ahead of you. Let me just say that you're feeling destined for great things. Many of you, you feel like the rug has been snatched from under your feet. Many of you are not feeling lucky at all. Okay, um, this is how many of you are feeling. Let me just say that you're not feeling lucky at all. Things are not going your way. But just know this too shall pass. It's all about cycles. Many of you are in a cycle of gaining and moving towards new beginnings, and many of you are still stuck in stagnation. So just look at your life and look at those things that needs to be removed and changed. Okay. But anyway, this is how many of you are feeling. Next, we have the third eye chakra card represents I see. This lets me know that many of you are not in the dark. You know what's going on in your life, and you are very aware of what's going on, okay? So you're not in the dark at all. So if there are things that are going on in your life, many of you are in denial. Um, you choose to be in denial, okay? You have eyes and you see not. Okay, you have eyes and you see not. And this could be due to a relationship, okay? And I'm not saying that all of you, but you know who you are. This is a collective reading. So anyway, many of you are not in the dark. You're very aware of what's going on in your present situation. Many of you are dealing with a conflict. Um, Hold on, let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. A small select few of you, when it comes to this third eye chakra card, a small select few of you are in the dark, okay? Something's been kept hidden from you. It's something that you just don't see clearly, okay? You're not receiving clarity at all. Um, and that's all I want to say when it comes to this being upside down. But a small select few of you are in the dark about something, okay? Something's kept hidden from you for whatever reason. Now, the mental conflict, many of you are in stagnation mentally. You're stuck. You're holding on to something or someone that no longer serve you. And it's hard for you to shake them off. It can be due to a breakup. You still think about that ex that no longer serve you. And maybe you might want closure, but it's just hard for you to shake this individual off. It's constantly on your mind. Or it can just be a situation. Something could have happened. And it's hard for you to let it go. Many of you are letting it go. Okay, remember we saw the let go card. Many of you will begin to that place of letting it go. Okay, you're coming out of stagnation and you are freeing your mind and you are moving forward and letting it go. All right, pal number 4, the last oracle deck. Sometimes I hear your voice It's just as many of you reflecting, thinking about someone that's dear to you. Okay, it can be, that friend, that family member, that ex, whoever this is. Okay, you're reflecting and you're thinking about them. Okay, sometimes I hear your voice. It could be that grandmother. Okay, it could be whoever it is. You're thinking about them. Leaving you hurts me too. So for many of you, you might end up, exiting out of a relationship. I'm happy that it's over. For many of you, you're going to feel a great relief as far as ending a situation or a relationship. I know more than you think. Many of you, you're playing it off, okay? You're acting like, you're in the dark about a situation, but you know more than what they think, okay? You either telling them this or you just staying silent, but on the inside, you know what you know, okay? You're saying, I know more than what you think. Or I think about on these jobs, when you're feeling overlooked, you know what you know, okay? But a lot of times they try to downplay you on these jobs, and you're like, hello, you're like, hold up now, I know more than what you think, I know my job, okay? It just depends on what this means to you. I focus on you instead of my pain. This is many of you, you're avoiding, healing, okay, when it comes to those shadow aspects of many of you, and you get with the people as a band-aid, okay, as a distraction, and you're not putting the work in to heal. Now, this is not many of you. It can be your significant other or your spouse, okay, that's avoiding their pain when they need to really heal because you're going to keep getting what you've been getting because your individual, your spouse, or your significant other has not healed, okay? And that's why you're getting their, shadow negative aspects of them because they have not healed. Hope you're happy for me. This is how many of you are feeling. And yes, it is too late. This is how many of you, this is your thoughts when it comes to a situation or an individual, okay? This lets me know that many of you are going to be exiting a relationship soon and very soon, okay? Like I said, it just depends on what this means to you. Yes, it is too late. All right, pal number 4. I thank you for trusting me to do this reading for you. And actually, this right here is the pal you've chosen, okay? And you chosen it for a reason. Now, I do readings on the side privately. If you want a more in-depth reading, just contact me. Just email me. Check out my About Me section, okay, on my channel and see all the readings that I offer and their prices. If you want a more in-depth reading. But other than that, many of you, I'm sure you are relating to this in the now. And that those messages that you were not presently resonating with, please know many of these have to play out within the coming days and weeks ahead. I do wish you all the best, family. Take that which resonate. Watch this reading as much as you like. If you felt like you chosen the wrong deck, make another choice, okay? But please know one of these messages are for you, whether it's power 1, 2, or 3. One of them are definitely for you. You just have to make sure that you know what you know, because there are no coincidence when it comes to making a decision that you have chosen the right deck, okay? But other than that, I love you, your family. Be safe. And I will be doing more readings like this in the near future. Give me a like if you enjoyed this, if you resonated with this. And sharing is caring. Also, if you have Facebook, share it. Okay, I don't mind. Share the readings. Okay, bless somebody else that's seeking clarity in their life. So, with that being said, thank you, and I appreciate you. And bye for now.